Direktno sa trading flora Frankfurtske berze pridružujem se šef sektora za trgovanje specijalnim dionicama Frankfurtske berze, Oliver Roth. Mr. Roth, welcome to Al Jazeera Business. It's a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you.
First of all, what we are seeing right now is almost non-existing growth in the European Union, especially in the Eurozone. And we're talking about double-dip recession in the UK. So, together with the unemployment figures, situation looks quite gloomy, which is not something we can say for everything that's going on behind your back right there. I mean, how is it possible that everything outside of the stock market looks so gloomy, but for you, business is as usual, or even better, never better?
Well, on one hand, we have to evaluate the situation in the world economy, and I think that we have a splitted situation worldwide, because we have a steady growth in Asia, for example. We have a good growth in the United States as well, but we have some trouble in Europe because of the debt crisis. And especially in the southern part of Europe, we see some recessions, but a stable economic situation in the northern part of Europe. So what we have to evaluate first is the situation worldwide, and there are some good points, some optimistic points for the economic future. And on the other hand, which is also important, we have a very low interest rate. Means that we have a lot of cheap money in the market, and it has to be invested in some financial markets. And there we are in the stock market. That's one of the reasons why we have seen within the last 2 or 3 years such a huge development in the financial markets of about 60 to 70% up since the low of 2008.
Are we talking about potentially better days to come? Can you give me a precise answer on that? According to your data, obviously.
Well, I'm optimistic. Anyway, I'm an optimistic guy in all parts of my life. And I think that we will see some better economical features within the next couple of months. This is also one of the reasons, this economical, optimistical attitude of most of the investors, that we face some green lights, a lot of green lights in the markets. So I guess in the second part of this year, we see a better economical situation than we have right now. And I think the economical situation is one of the basic reasons why we are going up.
Okay, so hear me out on this one. I'm very interested in your take. For example, Dow Jones Industrial is over 13,000 points, okay? And just 4 years ago, way before the crisis, it was only 8,000. So it has growth more than 60%. So as a stockbroker, ironically, you used to be a footballer player. I mean, you can translate that into a football arena as well. Somebody's winning, man. Somebody's truly winning. So is there a recession? Are we missing out anything?
No, you're not missing out anything. This is true. We have some splitted economical situation worldwide, as I've mentioned before. So we are not so much focused on the southern part of Europe. We are much more focused, especially from Germany, for the whole world, and the whole world is in a stable situation right now. So we are expecting and hoping for a better development of the dynamic of the worldwide economical situation. And as you said, to use terms of a footballer, I say that you're losing sometimes, you're winning sometimes. But as you mentioned, if you have lost 8-0 the last game and now you're winning 6-0, so are you good or a bad team? This is the big question. So it means that we've seen some excesses in 2007, where the Dow Jones, for example, was about 12,000. Afterwards, a year later on, it was like 8,000, and now we are over 13,000 in the Dow Jones. So where's the fair value of the market? Right now, I guess that we are on a really stable situation, but with some risk. Let's talk about the debt crisis, for example. And I guess that we have still good chances to go on in the market and the worldwide market, because we have a lot of cheap money. So the risk is not the basic point. The basic point is we have a lot of cheap money, as long as there's always coming a capital flow out of these huge banks like the Fed or the ECB, we are still on a stable situation, and I guess that's the reason why we have a little bit more of potential to go on.
We have 30 more seconds. Obviously, myself and lots of our viewers cannot afford your services. You're a top-notch broker, but if I, let's say, have a couple of €1,000, come to your office and say, Oliver, help me out, what would you suggest, where to bet, where to put those 3,000? Shortly.
Well, very shortly, I'm anti-cyclical investor. Means that right now for me, I guess that the chance risk situation is a little bit against me because we are right now on a very low, on a very high level already. So I think that if somebody has some money and wants to invest, he has to wait for the next crisis, debt crisis coming up, maybe, and the roller coaster ride goes up and down, and buy in the down situation, then you have good chances to make some money in the up situation again.
Oliver Roth, absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Direktno sa Frankfurtske berze, Oliver Roth.
Thanks.